Hey, this is Coach Mark. I hope you guys are doing great. All right. Another start of the week, another opportunity to make an amazing week. The goal should always be to make this week better than last week. And if you keep doing that, you will have an absolutely amazing life. You don't have to try to accomplish everything inside of 1 week, right? You don't have to make this huge, magnificent leap or jump between 1 week and the next. All you got to do is just become a little bit better, do a little bit more than what you did last week. And then over time, you will begin to have an absolutely amazing life. So the story that I want to talk about this week, or the concept of this week's video, is you are what you believe that you are. Okay, you are what you believe that you are. And the story that I want to share with you is the story of a high school student, right? In his last year, this guy was like absolutely amazing in high school. Had like a 4.0 GPA. He's done well ever since 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade. He had done absolutely amazing, and he'd gotten scholarships from almost every single university. So anyway, he went to do one of his tests, I think like his ACT test or whatever test to get into college. And he got the results back. And on his test results, he had made the 98th percentile, right? So he was better than 98% of all the students that had taken that particular test. But in his mind, when he saw it, he thought that his IQ was a 98. So this guy was thinking that his IQ was a 98, which a 98, he went and looked it up, and a 98 meant that you were of average intelligence. So this happened like at the beginning of his senior year of high school. So like in the second quarter or second semester or whatever, he ended up getting like just straight C's, right? Third semester, he ended up getting straight C's. So his guidance counselor, pulled him into the office one day and reached out to him and said, hey, I don't remember what his name is. Let's say William. Hey, William, what happened to you? You were doing so well. How come you're just getting C's now? And he said, well, when I got my results from my test back, it showed that my IQ was a 98. So I'm just average. That's really what I am supposed to be getting is C's, right? Because a 98 IQ I'm of average intelligence, okay? Average person gets C's because a C is an average score. And then the guidance counselor went in and said, no, that doesn't sound right. Guidance counselor went in and pulled his transcripts and said, no, you are among the 98th percentile. So that means your scores were higher than 98% of all the people that took this particular test. You're actually in the top 2%, right? We never did an IQ test for you. What are you talking about? And the kid was just like blown away because for the last two quarters, he was thinking that he was an average student. So you know what? His grades reflected his belief of what he thought he was. And how many times have we done that? I have a buddy of mine that he went his whole entire life. When he was like in second or third grade, in second grade, the teacher gives you this recorder. I remember when I was like, I think it was like either first or second grade, or maybe it was third grade. We had these recorders, and I don't know how many of you remember that. I don't know if I'm dating myself with that, but they were kind of like almost like a clarinet or a flute. I remember it was like $3, and I was so excited to play the recorder, right? Like I remember going home and asking my mom for the $3 or whatever so that we can order these recorders and we can get them and play. And a buddy of mine ended up, he got his recorder and he played and he didn't know what he was doing. We were like in third grade at the time. So we were just making a whole bunch of noise with it or whatever. And the teacher made a comment to him and said, you know what? You are not musical. You should not be, maybe this isn't for you, right? And maybe you should go into the art class instead of being in this music class. And those words that teacher said to him just stuck with him for like all the years. So, anytime he had an opportunity to play music, or, at the time, later on in high school, I remember in middle school, I was in the band, and I was trying to encourage him to come out to join me in the band. And he was like, nah, that's just not my thing. I'm not a musical type person, right? I'm not super artistic. I'm not I'm just not a musical type person. Remember high school, same thing, like, man, just come out, just try it out. You never know. And he was just like, man, I'm just not a musical type of person. So he went this whole entire time thinking that he was not musical. And then when he got into college, it was a funny story. There was a girl that he liked, and she was into music and whatnot. So my buddy decided that, you know what, he was going to act like he knew how to play the guitar, because so he can kind of get in there with this girl, this girl that he liked or whatever. So I told him, like, hey, you know what, you're going to have to, suppose she asks you to play something for her, you're going to have to know how to play. So he went to another friend of ours that actually played the guitar, and it was pretty good with it. So he said, hey, can you show me a couple things, just in case, just so I can just play a quick little song, just in case this girl asks me if I know how to play. And our mutual friend ended up showing him a few things, and just so happens this guy was actually like a natural. He picked it up. I remember I tried to play and I couldn't play it. That just wasn't my thing. But he just picked it up, and he became a natural. And so much so that he just started playing. He just started playing on his own. All he needed was that one instruction from our buddy, and he went, got himself a guitar, went and got him some music books, and just started practicing and playing. And he became really, really good, even so good that he actually joined the band. Now, he wasn't, he didn't join a huge band and become this huge rock star, but he became really, really, really good. But think about it. Think about all those years that went by that he could have been playing some sort of instruments, and he probably was a natural at playing music or playing instruments and whatnot. But because that teacher said to him, hey, you're not a musician, you're not good, just because he was in third grade, he was like 6, 7, 8 years old, and he tried to play the recorder, and probably was just goofing off, because if I remember correctly, we were there just kind of goofing off and just doing things that kids did. So a lot of times we allow these outside influences to determine what we believe about ourselves. And what we believe about ourselves it actually becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So it's so important not to allow anybody else define what you believe about yourself, right? And I mean, those are two amazing stories right there that really kind of just chronicle how, the one kid allowed a test score that he didn't even interpret this test score correctly, to allow him to drop down from being a superstar A student to a C student. And then another student that allowed a teacher saying something about him when he was 7 or 8 years old, preventing him from moving forward in whatever it was, in becoming a musician or playing music instruments and whatnot. So I challenge you right now to think about all the self-limiting beliefs that you have, and really ask yourself and really question yourself, are these beliefs true? Is there any validity to these beliefs right here? Because trust me, 9 times out of 10, there probably isn't. It's probably some belief that we took on when we were a child. Maybe somebody said something to us. Maybe some other kid said, hey, you can't play that, or hey, you're dumb. And then now we go our entire lives believing that that's actually true when it really isn't. So it's very important. Always believe in yourself. Always believe in yourself, because trust me, you are amazing. You can do amazing things, but you have to first believe in yourself. If you don't believe that you can do anything amazing and that you aren't amazing, you never will do anything amazing. All right? So thank you so much, and until next week.